Did it small, I said to remember when it rained, that's what about with the touch bit lazy get yes balls or Sazamo puta yena ke police King Nxoyi ngela xesha mhlawumbe masimzame ngo thank you DJ Small besama ke ukusondela kuye ngoku Glenn Lewis khumbuza kudala midterm for 2000. Good morning. Bentel phandle wawuphi Glenn ke wayenza kodwa phofu sayenza nangoku andiqonda ula intanga ngoba DJ 4 minutes past 8. Last hour of the social crossover says I'm put up Lihle King Nxoyi generational wealth creation. The one man in Koba and the Funa Soul sizokwazi. Yes, Lily. Hey, Mongiseni.
We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
This is Lhoza Wamamfene.
Good music, Keith Ngesi Radio. I do radio according to you. Bona lena yaziwa nangulihle lo ka King Nxoyi ndizamfaka. Akazazi 2 ezi ngexesha ngo 2000. Akazazi 2 otu Gideon Matwa ndiyimuda apha ekuseni ndizama phulaphula into yakuzama ndiyayiqonda uba kunzima ndiyayiqonda uba kubi kodwa ke Good morning, happy Christmas to you too. Mbongiseni ukanti ulili malini ngibusele hearts phaza ayi4. Thank you so much. Lihle awuyazi wena zingoma. Awuzazi. Awuzazi wena aim is not to sweat. Uyayiva nje manje betha nje beat manje betha nje inyawo nje. Manunqwala manje nje. Chu. Yeah, I'm sure uzazi nozazi wena. Enye into kwauglen lumselo ngutata kuwe. So awunawuzuzazi ke ezingoma eka2000 le. Morning Lihle kunjani?
I'm good. I'm good.
Njengoba sifuna ukwenza imali noba kungo in fact asifuna ukwenza imali sifuna indyebo. Because ke imali yaphela sifuna indyebo sifuna usifundise into bana singayicreate njani na indyebo. So yes khaniphe nje umzuzu I want to make sure ba ndirecorda nale namhlanje episode khanibambele nje kancinci sizokwazi ke singene emxholweni.
Okay.
We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
Ukhona omnye umuntu wakhe wathi mandibe ngu-DJ yo andiqoma ndawubhasa enye into ndiyakuthanda uthetha andiqonda abana komne ndibe ndimamele ndibe ndicofa ndifuna abakuloloka loku mna andinawubunga ingakufanela nawe itshomi hold it mandiziyazi into endinoba kwazi uzenza ndikwazi uthi hayi andizuthi kuba ebona omnye uDJ yo ifemale apha eKZN wambona enxibile emhle ecofa mhlawumbi ndingayenza but ayikho kum mandiyekele abanye abantwana mna ndiyazazi uba ndinikwe abakulolo so mandisebenze ngabo so andizikwazi kona hayi uGlenn ndiyamvuma utsho kamani. All right khabulisa abaphulaphuli beKeith Ngesi Radio ngakumba be-social crossover sizongena emnxebeni.
Good morning to all abaphulaphuli beKeith Ngesi Radio and Merry Christmas to all of you guys and compliments of the festive season. I'm super excited today. Today, when I got into my Facebook account, I got a very amazing reminder that made me change. I just got into the reminder and I saw pictures of myself when I was signing my second property, which actually it was my second deal that I was signing, but it was my first property that actually went through, right?
Yeah.
And
how old were you? Sungama kaloku sibadala sithatha kade thina wawuneminyaka emingaphi wawusayina le deal property like xa una 22 ngoku wawuna ngaphi mntanam ngela xesha noko ufuna usenza ngathi ngokuthi naye le nto yovela usembarrass ba benisenzani ke nina niko fourth floor kodwa ngiqiyi iproperty ngiqiyi ukolatha somosha siya ngamandla singabantu wawuna ngaphi li.
So I'm 24 now, right?
Okay.
But when I started, I was 22, right? So when I signed that deal, I was 22. And, I think I just went far into the memories, of getting there. What I was doing that December, right? Because during that December, I still remember very well, we were staying in Kailicha and I used to take a taxi, wash cars. I did all sorts of jobs, to raise money just to view a property, to raise money just to attend events, to raise money to make sure that I'm presentable, and bukeka, when I meet investors, people and the likes. So my mind just drifted back and I was like, whilst many people took a holiday to relax, took a holiday to to replenish, to rethink, to re-energize, to gather strength. During that year, I was overlapping everyone who was relaxing.
Okay.
Right? and that in my view is what success is about. It's about doing or going the extra mile, doing more, a little bit more than what the average person would do. Usually, a lot of people in November, they're already cutting off. A lot of people in November, they're already, I'm tired. But whilst so many people are tired, that's where the champions start excelling, right? Because for you to be a champion in anything, you need to do what the others are not willing to do. So in that December, I was doing all sorts of odd jobs, right? And I would wash cars in Belleville, trying to raise money so that Tukwazi would go to Uganda and do Viwishi property. And these are things I never, spoke about because I was like, I didn't want my mentor to feel sorry for me.
Okay.
Right? I didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me. But for me, I believe that I was given an opportunity to change my life. And I felt that, I'm going to run wild with this thing, right? So that December, I was working, doing deals. I was not sleeping. I was on property 24, private property, calling agents. And I remember that I always told agents the same thing, right? At the age of 22, having no track record, right? Having no track record, earning less than 2,000 rand a month. And when I made the phone calls, I told each and every single real estate agent that my name is Lihle King Nxoyi, and I am the president of the Nxoyi Empire. I'm the president and chairman of the
Island.
And in my mind, exactly.
And this is Lihle King Nxoyi, the chairperson of the Jonga Naisuka. Abanazo no chat serious.
So when I called them, they perceived that they were speaking to someone who had a very Porsche car or whatever, right? I mean, if somebody calls you and says, I'm the chairperson of this or so and so, you have your thoughts of what car a chairperson should drive and what appeal a chairperson should show up with. Yeah, so when I showed up, people thought I was lying. But I'm like, who's the founder of Nxoyi Empire? It's myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So whether I have the money or not, I am the chairperson and president of Nxoyi Empire. Right?
Or not,
Exactly. And that's what one of the most important things that I always tell people is that you never tell people where you are. Right? Tell people where you're going. Right? So for me, as much as I knew I had no property, well, let me not say you never tell people where you are, right? But you never when selling yourself or telling people about yourself, don't talk about the present, because where you are today, the appointment right? Because right now you are where you are, you don't have the results you want to have, you didn't know what you know now. So why should I'm an unqualified school teacher. I'm just venturing. I just started venturing into this property thing. The minute you send that stuff off to any real estate agent, they don't want to help you. Why? Because the real estate agent, the real estate game, right? It's a thing of, dude, I don't make money by facilitating people's dreams. Now, dreams in conventional right, commerce, right? Now they get paid when a transaction makes through, not when you come with, I'm an unqualified school teacher, and it's not gonna help. So that does not pay, right? Real estate agents want to make money. Real estate agents want to speak to serious people. If you don't set the tone, if you don't tell them where you're going, chances of you getting the help you want, very minimal. Right? So those are the kind of phone calls I was making. And people got disappointed when I showed up, right? Because when I showed up to view the party, I showed up, you know, wearing a shirt.
Aqonde la mfanekiso bezizobele wona ayisuka inguwo lo yintoni lo mntana ezodlala ngawo.
I'd show up wearing a shirt, wearing a jean, wearing a Tolo Point Abba Brown, which were the only Tolo Points I have, by the way, right? So I'd show up with them, and so I'd have them giving me a funny look. Are you the chairman, the chairperson? Are you the president of what's the company again? And I'd be like, yes, I'm the chairperson and president of the Nxoyi Empire. Exactly. Where is your car? I don't have a car yet. How can you afford properties worth 2-3 million rand when you don't even have 100,000 rand car? Joga, and he back up. Did you know you need to buy assets first before you buy liabilities? I want my properties to finance my dondon. We afford the motor right now. We are putting property on a social I afford, right? So that was the mindset, right? And the thing is, I operated, you know, I walked in the light of my dreams. I wasn't walking in the light of who I was. I was walking in the light of my dreams.
The light
right?
of the dream. Wow.
Exactly. In other words, I walked in the victory that I saw for myself. Right?
Wow.
And because I walked in that victory and I addressed myself as such when I introduced myself to people, people really had some interest. Who does he think he is? Right? What is he doing? At that time, I can't afford the property. When do you real estate agent in a mod? When was I afford Tanjani? Right? And that's what I was going through that December. And before I signed this deal, I eventually found a real estate agent who was willing to listen to me. Now, I've made multiple phone calls. I had so many disappointments, so many agents not thinking about Zodala, so many agents mocking me, so many agents being rude, but I kept knocking. Eventually, I found the one real estate agent who was willing to help me. And I said to her, within the next 5 to 10 years, I'm going to be one of the biggest names in Cape Town.
Good. And
I had no car. I had not bought my first property yet, and I was telling her such things. And she asked, how are you going to do it? Right? And I told her that first and foremost, I have all the capacity. Right?
Okay.
Secondly, I'm a serial winner. In other words, when I want something, I get what I want. I do whatever it takes to get what I want. Well, I don't always get it on time. Most importantly is I did whatever it took, right? So I said, and I know for sure, I dropped out of school not because I wanted to play. I didn't drop out to have small dreams. I dropped out to have big dreams. Help me get this one property. If you help me get this one property, I promise you we'll make a lot of money together.
Ucho wena.
Ucho mna kuyi. She has a car. So first and foremost, I believed that my vision was real, right? For me, you know, my vision, you know, is as real as daylight. Even if it has not manifested in my mind, it is so real, such that when I speak to someone, I speak from the position of the dream, not from the position of who I am today. So right now, I see myself as a dude who owns properties in all the major cities of South Africa. Well, I'm not there yet, right? But that's how I see myself, right? When I call anybody in the country for the first time, this is how I introduce myself. I am the chairman and president of the Nxoyi Empire, right?
So you're speaking from the position of your dream, not from a position of uyongalo mzuzu.
Not endikuyo ngondina 24. Sendlalo.
So uyazi ba uthetha uyibize la nto ufuna uba yo leya ekhaya, okay, abantu bazokuthatha serious because thetha ukuthi kwawena uzithatha serious, uyabhiliva kule dream unayo yobana jonga ndizawuba nazo ezi properties, ndizawuba nee-properties all over the world, and xa ndizi-introducer mandi-exercise ifaith ngalo mzuzu, ndithi ndawugqiba olaa kholo ndilusebenze, ndingathi njeyani ngu-chairperson of Nxoyi Empires ndibe ndingenzi nix.
Yeah,
faith without action is dead.
Yeah, you need to be mad convinced about your dreams. Just being convinced is not good enough. You need to be mad convinced, like crazy convinced. You cannot remember what you said about selling, right? I always said I'm a salesperson. All I do is sell my dreams every single day, right? That's all I do in a nutshell. I sell my dreams, and one needs to understand that. For you to be able to sell something or convince somebody else to act on your behalf, you need to have absolute faith that this thing that you're talking about is going to work. This thing that you're talking about is going to be. So why was I so confident? I was confident because I took the time to read about it. I took the time to invest in myself. Also, I was building up the confidence, right? Remember, as I said, I dropped out of school. You don't drop out of school for indlalo. You know what I mean? You don't drop out of school because you know, okay, maybe some people do, but for me,
he went to every case abazali befuna ukufundisa.
Yeah,
because it means azikho zobaqhubekeke okanye mhlambi noko uya ewe. So when I would drop her, abazali bathi sifuna ukufundisa andifuni mandifuna ubheka kweli cala.
Yeah, so when I dropped out knowing exactly where I needed to be, knowing where exactly I needed to go. I knew the blueprint to have the success I want to have. From grade 10, I knew the blueprint. Why? Because I was exposing myself to systems or to people who were already living the blueprint I wanted to live, right? In grade 10, I used to attend events of Alan Gray. I used to attend events of JT Fox and all these big guys. From grade 10, I was attending. And when I attended, I wanted to know, okay, yeah, you drop out of school, but where is your school? Right? As a business owner, where is your school? So my school, I learned that my school is in books, my school is in mentors, my school is in teachers who are doing the practical stuff, teachers who are doing the stuff I need to do today, right? Teachers who are winning today, not someone who last bought a property 1 year, 2 years ago. That's irrelevant today, right?
Wow.
So for me, I want active teachers in the game, right? Also, now you must bear in mind that I've been studying big boys, reading books from my role models and all of that, right? So I knew it blueprint it, and I knew that I had what it takes. So first and foremost, you need to understand that whatever it is that you are working on works, and secondly, that you have whatever it takes to make it happen.
Okay.
Without doubt. In other words, with things going good, with things going bad, you have no doubt you have whatever it takes. So I did not have the resources, but I knew I am the resource to make it. Right?
What can you say?
Yeah, so that's a very important thing, right? And then when you tell people have no doubt, you can't have doubt in your own dreams, right? That's why I always say to someone, I sometimes ask people a trick question: Would you quit your job to go after your dreams? Somebody says no. Then I'm like, no, this person doesn't believe in the dream. So, that's just simple. If you cannot bet on yourself that your idea works and you have whatever it takes to make this idea work, why should the next person give you money? Why should the next person invest in you? Because you don't believe in yourself. The problem is you don't believe in yourself, right? You don't believe there's two things why you don't believe in yourself. Firstly, it's that you don't believe you have what it takes, right? Which means it could be that. Or secondly, so I said you don't believe, or you just don't think you are good enough.
Okay.
So you don't believe in what you're doing, or you don't believe you are good enough, I mean to say. And those two things will always stop you from achieving your dreams. So if you cannot quit your job, to go all in into your dream or idea, it means there's a self-confidence issue and you cannot sell this thing. Right? So for me, I dropped out. When I dropped out, I wanted to do it since grade 10. So I knew what I was going to do was going to work. So when I dropped out, I knew it's going to work. Or I knew what I needed because I took the time to study this, right? and I knew where I needed to be. I read in what is Donald Trump in grade 10, grade 11, and I was like, I want to be like that guy, right? I want to have big buildings, New York, whatever. I wanted all those type of stuff, right? So for me, I also copied how they sold themselves, right? So apparently now this thing of in the next 5 to 10 years I'm going to be one of the biggest names. I stole it from Donald Trump. Actually, he's the original person. So at the age of 25, he was telling a real estate agent his vision about New York, what he wanted to do, when he wanted to buy his first big skyscraper, right? And he told the person, and he said to them, listen, after sharing the vision, he then said to them, listen, within the next 5 years, I'm going to be one of the biggest brands in New York. At the age of 29, he was already the biggest brand, right? And that's what this is about, right? It's that if you are not convinced enough about the dreams to tell the next person, then you really don't believe that. You really don't believe you are worth it, or you don't believe you have whatever. So that's the first thing. So in that December, that was me, right? No, nothing. Trying to put things together. Because I like, I want to 8, 12. At 4 o'clock, will you be able to come? Be like, damn. And now, okay. Yes, go for Zabakon. Our number we are part. Go for Zabakon. You need $100 to go where you need to be. You don't know where you're going because you've not been there, right? So that was me, right? And I would wash cars, do jobs as a dealer, sell as Dendini, and shout. I did a whole lot of stuff, right? And for me, it was fun. Funny enough, it was fun because I knew that this is temporary. This is temporary. I knew that life will not always be this way. Right? So that's another thing that people need to learn is that as you set better appointments for your dreams, along the way there are things that you need to do that are just temporary, that you just have to do to get things done. Okay. So I was saying along the way, one always needs to realize that there are things that you just need to do because they have to be done, right? You're not always going to do what you prefer to do. You're not always going to do what you are comfortable with doing. This thing of abantu bazatini, listen, abantu bazakwenzela. That's the truth, right? Abantu bazatini, they're not going to do anything. If I need to take care of if building an empire for me means that I'm going to be selling on the street, I'll sell on the street. If building an empire for me means I need to make phone calls and tell people to buy my product or what I'm doing, I'll do it, right? People just don't care, right? You can't dream big and still want the conformity involved, right? You can't dream
so
big.
bafutshane awuzukwazi uthi uneliphupha lakho unalombono unawo uphinde umane usithi abantu bazawuthini and ubangaba indlela eya kweliphupha lakho ikufunisa into yobana mawuyohlamba imoto mawuyothengisa estandini mawumenze irobotini then do that. Aba bantu yes, mhlawumbi bazawuthetha nqa because abantu always have something to say, basoloko beno-opinion ngemnye umntu, but xa sowuphaa phambili bazawube besithi yeyi wayisebenza nomntu simbonile and akho nto ke imandi njengokuba nomzila njengokuba ube nento ibonakale singakubona ubhoom ulihle king sekutheni ngoku sizawurhoxa izawuba khona into because kakade singabantu sizawuthetha kanti xa kube sikubonile apha phambi kwethu simane sikuthela nqa umane wena uncama i-festive season njengoba usitsho abantu behamba beyobhraya bebheka kwezo zonke ezaa ndawo zaseKapa wena uhlale unyamezele because uyazazi uba ujonge phina. That's very very powerful and la point ukuthi wayithetha into yobana jonga funeke ube kanti phila from iposition yedream yakho not ku-current wakho nokuthetha nokuhamba nokwenza izinto ube uzibona into yobana mna I'm speaking from the position of my vision. Ndim uthetha no-chairperson of the Nxoyi empire, and you know the property guru, which uyazichaza ngela xesha ungunyawuza uhamba ngenyawo awunamoto awunantoni yonke laa nto. That is very powerful. Uthabitha Mkhaba uyangqina uthi thank you Budi for your motivation, I love it. And yeah, so abaphulaphuli bayachola. All right, it's 27 minutes before 9 o'clock. Sisenaye uLihle King Nxoyi phaya eCape Town, yena sibanaye every Tuesday ezama ukusicebisa guys kublind ngoku. Kubi COVID izokwenza izinto worse, so masivukeni yonke lento siyenzele into yobana masiphakameni noko iminyaka lena mayingafani neminye because ke ixhomekeke ekubeni wena wenza ntoni na, right Lihle?
Yes. So you know, so that was December 2018, right? And then December 2019, a very good friend of mine contacts me for the first time. Now we are strangers. We met each other on Facebook. So at the time, the contactor, hey boss, now the first time I meet him, he contacts me from Facebook, and I said to him, actually, let's go and meet in one of my properties.
Okay.
Now, this is the funny thing, right?
When?
Yeah, but hey bro, actually, Nancy property, my latest acquisition. This is what I'm working on, right?
Okay.
So with all the excitement, I invite him to see, and then Aze, he's happy to see me. And the house was out here, but I'm like, if you contact me from Facebook, you always want something to do with property. So I was like, let me just show him what I'm doing. I'm excited.
Okay.
And I did a bit of background check on him and realized this guy is in cryptocurrencies. So this is the funny thing. It was around this time last year. Now I was negative on cryptocurrencies. I was like, nah, man, so now I'm like, and the music, because in my mind, I'm like,
okay.
Right? He comes, I show him my property and all of that. I'm excited, you know, and he's happy for me. And then we call it up a relationship. We start calling each other, talking to each other. I don't know why.
Okay.
Maybe he knew, but I suspect he knew, but I don't know why, right? But we just, you know, when you've got some good synergies with people, you're like, hey, this person can't take an iPhone. We might not be doing business together, but I always pick up one thing, right? There's always something for me to learn, right? And that's one of the things I liked about him. So he's one of the people, I started entertaining you phone calls. You call each other, phone in 111, Now, we're not really friends at this time, but we just call each other, starting a business, and, you know, in general, Jay, you know, and then he then decides, hey, bro, actually, Kauzo, I want to invite you to listen to a business opportunity. Now, in my mind, I already had my perceived thoughts. Now, we're living in a time now where people need to start opening their eyes to opportunities and questioning even their own perceived thoughts. I say perceived thoughts on purpose, right? Because when I met this awesome friend of mine, I thought I knew. Right? I thought I understood. And in fact, I thought I understood better than him, but he was doing the business. And I thought I knew better. Right?
Okay.
Yet I only failed once doing it, never tried it, never dug deep, never did more research about it. You get what I'm saying? But I only failed once, right? So after that, so I go and listen to the opportunity. And when I listened to it, I gave him a phone call and I said, bro, just 6 months ago, I was showing you my first property. That was December last year. And I was telling him, bro, I thought I am the one who has a gift for you. Yet you are the one who has a gift for me. Right? And he said, no, Kaloku, we were starting to get to know each other. I didn't know how to approach you and what. And I was like, but man, it means You get what I'm saying? And I learned, and he taught me something. He said his partner, he was telling his partner, hey, Ngxoyi in the phone, Ngxoyi angayiva le opportunity. Ngxoyi would want this thing. But Ngxoyi akandihoyanga. Yes, and then he was like, but Ngxoyi akandihoyanga. And then his partner says to him, if you don't ask, you will not receive. You have what because you asked not. Right? And he said when his partner told him that, he immediately picked up the phone, called me, bro, I think you should come and listen to this opportunity. And guess what? He had because he asked.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what am I trying to say with this? Right? 6 months later, I joined in June. Now is one of the biggest opportunities again. The best time for someone to create wealth again in cryptocurrencies at this point in time is now, right? With lockdown, the highest performing, businesses have been cryptocurrencies, right? And people do not want to educate themselves. They are closed-minded, just like I was. Sometimes they think that's why it is important that we always say educate yourself, right? Before you invest your money in anything, educate yourself.
Yeah.
Equip yourself with the knowledge, right? Because when you don't have the right knowledge, you always fall prey to these scams, prey to these bonds or whatever, right?
Okay.
Educate yourself, right? So for me, I had to rewire my thinking and set new appointments, right? And I learned a lot within the last 6 months about this very interesting industry. And again, there's another big window opportunity that's happening now. And I always say some opportunities that we miss because severe. Some of the opportunities we miss because someone said. Now, you did not dig deep into that someone who said. What if they also heard from someone? In other words, sometimes we make financial decisions or costly opportunity decisions or decline opportunities that could be life-changing simply because we borrowing someone's opinion. Yes. Right.
Okay, it's 20 to 9. We need to wrap up. We are saying today in Pulapule, speak from the position of your vision, rewire your thinking, look for opportunities, be open-minded, educate yourself.
Yes, Ibambile Mams. And then lastly, money, guys, is in opportunities, right? For me, that's what I always encourage people. Whenever somebody tells you, listen to this opportunity, listen to it. That's where money is. Money is not from problems. Money is not from talking about problems. You don't make money from problems. Money is in everyone who made money because they took the time to listen to an opportunity. Right? So now more than ever, I always encourage people, be open-minded to listening to opportunity. The way esikhule sixelelwe ngayo ukwenza imali iyatshintsha ngoku, and you will not go back. Listen to opportunities. Give your ears very open-minded, right?
To opportunities.
Yes.
Wow. Ushba if usenza loo nto constantly singaphuma ezindwaleni.
Yes.
So
one more thing. And lastly, just one more thing, right? As I was saying, is unintelligent appointments for a better future, for a better life, come from one taking an opportunity, right? So in December, I was making better appointments, right? That December. The appointments I made that in December and the appointments I made over the last 2-3 years got me where I am today. And for you to move to the next level, you need to start making different appointments.
Okay.
Different appointments, right? Yeah.
So appointment mayiyeke into yobana masiyophunga because ndifuna ukubalisela ngeengxaki zam ongazuzenza nto ezingazukwenzekela mali. masiyeke into yobana xa sisidibene sisigirl sisingazani umntu athi hayi ndilapha ndihamba nefriend yam phumani nisazani uba wena wenza ntoni phi wenza ntoni okay uyathengisa isweets ndingakunyusa njani na wena ungathini na masiyeke masibe ne-different appointments ingabi nje into yobana i-girls trip it's about fun spending the money that you don't have but ibe zizinto zoba nizawuthi xa niphaya you talk business ningaphuma nizezitshomi ningaphuma njani nezintwaleni. Now always make an example ngabantu baseRhawutini ndiyonqena ke nobiza amagama but aba-groups abasiqonda sibabukelayo napha ku-Instagram siqomba okay but okay uyambona okay Carol Bauer okay itshomi kaBasetsana itshomi kabanibani but itshomi kaConnie Ferguson ikhonje buma okay zii-girls and bayaphuma njengabantwana bonke ne but uyayibona uba uyaziwa uba okay ubani usendaweni and uyayibona but thina okay nam ndizaqokelela zabo ii-friends apha siphumeni sibheke echintsa but senzani sithanda ngantoni xa sisechintsa so ifuneke i-thinking yethu ibe sizama ujonga into yoba nalaa nto yoba sizokonwaba apha sothetha business.
Yeah. One of the guys I look up to said, you are where you are today because you made an appointment to be there. To move somewhere to the next level, you need to make better appointments. And that's all they do. Better appointments.
Okay. So tshintsha i-appointment obanazo bangabibiza ezodlala bebakhazondibona peto i-levels funeka futhi buhamba nobani na awuzukwazi udadela apha kodwa ufuna uba phaa khangela le ndawo ufuna udadela kuyo unavigate ubone uba uzawuthini na and uzokwazi uba mawube uzithathe serious ndiyayithanda laa nto siyithethileyo ekuqaleni zithathe serious wena kuqala if you do not believe in yourself if you do not mna taking myself seriously because people were saying no lawyer EMSA but awutshaji into vala ukuthi inkosi kusikelele ndibheke ngapha engqusho ndibheke ngapha kufike phaa kuthiwe phakelani u-MC ndiphakele ungqusho omhlophe nomhluzi yayiva ne kuthiwe phakela like and people will say right because andandingakholelwa kum so I had to nam ndizijonge ndiqonda uba ndirayithi nyhani ngoba ndirayithanga then ndaqala uzithatha serious and andikhathazeki if ndikunika my coat ndiyimalenga and awuqonda uba inintsi awu-afford well it's okay ayiwisi mntana bhedini uzawuhamba uyokhangela omnye and ukhona ozawukwazi uba athi zapha ePretoria i-flights ndizibhukishile nantsi indawo ohlala nantsi akho nto ayiwisi because I said ewe nam ndaziqonda uba okay ndiyafuna nangoku ubhatalwa ngeslab sechocolate esikulaa cardboard nencwadi ndiyafuna nangoku uphinda ndibhatalwa ngekomiki enepeni nentoni sinikwe ezazo ndikuthiwe thank you ndaziqonda uba ndidlulile ke apha because kaloku spend time iwesi ngoku spend time funeka ube ne-makeup uya kulaa mcimbi walaa mntu funeka ube nento onxiba funeka ube nantoni because ndizawufota nonxiba lebe njengayo last week inintsi and ngoku umntu avela aqonda uba and you pray about i-event yomntu you prepare you research ube ngathi yonke laa nto even if mhlawumbi noba yintoni awukwazi ngalaa veki awulali wena kuqala because umcimbi womntu uxhomekeke emagxeni akho so if this is my value and awuboni akho nto khangela next door and even if ndimenyiwe kulo mcimbi ndizawuathenda ndihlale phaa phantsi awuzunditsala esitulweni uba kuba sowulapha yiza so zizinto funeka sizithathe serious because if ndizibona ndingulo program director uphuma izandla manditsho ndithi ndingu-program director uphuma izandla ngoku zingekaphumi and uba ngoba uziboni wena irayithi ufuna wena ziphumile kum
wena uyazibona
ubona mna thank you Lihle thank you so much ndicinga uba baphulaphula noko bakhuthazekile bentwana let's start taking ourselves seriously masizameni kangangoko into yobana uqiniseke and dress the part utshilo Lihle unxile batsolo point wayebathe ngulo mtatakhe yayingabo the last pair in fact the first and the last pair owayenayo unxiba ubuthi qoko ube phaa ungalityalo bungenayo nerandi apha epokothweni so let's start taking ourselves seriously baphulaphula thank you so much Lihle catch you next Monday yes sizawuvala unyaka with a bang sithi sisiya ku-2021 sibe sirayithi isinayo siyilungisile i-mindset yethu because yonke le nto ilapha engqondweni and nobucingi bakuzawuthiwa nje yena because I know mna there's someone owathi ucimba ngangumsasazi yena uright ucimba ngangumsasazi nanqwajwa le game zakubonisa uba jonga ndinguye ndinguye wena umsasazi ungangayiboni mna ndiyayibona ndinguye umsasazi and today noba uyazikhweca but ke asikhwapho 8:47 kwi-social crossover. Thank you so much, Lihle. Siyabulela ke kuba ube nathi emqubeni. And ndiyathemba nabaqala ungena ukhanya iAlice noba ke ukufumene. If not, you can still go back to this video. Izabe khona Facebook page Keith Ngesi Radio and nakwezinye ke ndizamile umthega uLihle. So enkosi Lihle mandikhuphe ngengoma Glenn Lewis to background esithi mid tempo 2000 now enye manje yakudala ongayaziyo. Bye bye Lihle. Thank you. Bye. Lihle King Nxoyi ngamkhangela phaya kwikhasi lakhe lonxibelelwano Facebook page nguLihle King Nxoyi ke naxa zibiza ngamthekisha ke umntana lo nomncinci hayi Nkosi yam vele uqonda ba hey yes so ungulo mntana ke uqonda ba hayi nawe ungathile ngokuba ku-20s so ungakhuthazeka kakhulu khamchekishe website yakhe igcwele ne-information ungakheka awe ufunde kakhulu. Glenn Lewis children ndizakukhumbuza kudala kuyadisembeka okanye siyafostela.
We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
Nine minutes before 9 o'clock. Glenn Lewis. Ngxoyi. The legend. Kupulele zakudala. Uba ungumuntu othanda ujayiva sozungazazisi. Sayi birthdays besikhupha ke uLihle ke King Nxoyi. Molo sisibuyelwa ufumene ifowuni. Uzayilibala nasefast coding. Nondumiso lebhathi class uthi thank you for such knowledge. Knowledge is power. Yes, Ndumi injalo loo nto leyo. Siyazixhobisa. Uthi umntana speak from the position of your vision. Rewire your thinking. Xa umuntu ekubizele entweni khawukho uyomamela ungathi kuthiwa batya imali phaya ungathi kuthiwa ayoyam wethiwa khawukho uyomamela. You will never know. Mhlawumbi it is an opportunity of a lifetime. So khawukho uziphi chance ube open-minded ungazivalela ingcango because kuthiwa. Stopeka kwi-birthdays sijonga ngobani nabazalwayo. Get December kabanye siyafostela 6 minutes before 9 o'clock sendihamba ke have to make a way for a gqezali ke aftermath sele lapho nawo sika Deniso nesilk ka Demoy bagodukile abantu budimba ke wana timane Lhoza Wamamfene ndibulisa ndisekhayeni the Northern Cape ndisalishile Kapa nemvula ichoka manje ewe keneta almost country yonke balisa lefana happy birthday sisithoza masigaqa lonwabelo usuku lwakho mandikujongele nje xa ndizawuhamba quickly ngoba nina abanye abazalwayo namhlanje yeah yazalwa uTheko Modise 1982 walibona ilanga eSoweto. Brian McMillan South African cricketer yazalwa eVelkom ngo1963 okanti ngo1992 eKlerksdorp kwazalwa Etienne Oosthuizen umdlali werugby. Leroy Maluka 1985 umdlali webhola. Sipho Philip Mutsi 1967 Ordendalsras a politician. Andre van Rysbeck music executive 1976 Cape Town. Majoke kuqala ka Facebook ubani ngafumana nabani na ngobani nabanye abazalwayo uyazalwa ke usisithoza masigaqa kutsho kubalise Oliphant yena ephaya kwalanga ne yes kwalanga uthi happy birthday ulonwabele usuku lwakho ndifuna kwenami kutsho kumuntu wonke ozalwayo namhlanje uYolanda Vuthela uMamhlane uyazalwa naye namhlanje abantu baka December man idlala sixakekile fana umuntu azalwa nge1st nge2nd ka January asala lam ona December naka January yo asibhodisi senza uhamba ke ngoku igama lam ndibulhoza uzandile Jongo lo uyazalwa nayo athule ngoqo uyazalwa sabi baninzi Thamsanqa Gwama Siphelo Dubase uvuwe Sigonyela Tsidiso Ntabeni ngala namhlanje uTalent Bathumbu Masibulele Mqhayi uVusi Mahlangu uAquinumni Sunday yazalwa Ayanda Maxwell Jezile uyazalwa Ayanda Ndoyisile yep yazalwa naye namhlanje besentshona that ke uMamhlane uyazalwa naye uYolanda Kavuthele simazi kakhulu pha kumculo wegospel naphaya ke ngathi khona pha ke kumabona kude Bay TV ukhona pha ukanti ke uThabitha Mkhaba uthi happy birthday kumhlobo wam uSean Dondashe uthi lonwabele usuku lwakho happy birthday Sean uyonwabe wethu Sean va Tsheka manje mini yakho have a fabulous one from all of us at Keith Ngesi Radio mina mnandi. So dibana ngomso the 23rd there's a funeral ka Bishop Matyumza esiza kuba sisasaza ngqoke ndicinga ba andizuba lapha ke baphulaphula ndiyanazi ndikhangela ngiqoqa andizuba lapha ndizabe ndisasaza from 7 Yep, from 7 we'll go live phaya eGhode inkonzo yokukhapha uBishop umza webandla lamawisile uzawubeke bekwakhe ekhaya lakhe lokugqibela utheke wanikezela naye ke kwisifo i-COVID-19 okanye kwisigulo ivirus ethi yamhlasela ke wathi succumb to it. So usapho lakwaRhunqu lakulo nkosikazi and usapho loThole and usapho lakwamatyumza umzi wasewisile umqokozo obomvu umkhosi kaDyana wonke and nabantu ngokubanzi bakhe usebenzile la kwicala karhulumente besimvile ke umyalezo kaPremier wephondo ebethe wawenza sithi nxe kuhlanga lungehlanga masithuthuzeleke bethunani masiginyeni loo nto bayahamba amaqhawa bahamba abantu abanomhluzi bayemka kule COVID lo second wave if ujongile hey masibe singathi andithi ke masithoba ikaos kuba sicinga uba bayemka. But ke sabe sike sinalo nkonzo ngomso izafumana live ke phaya kwikhasi lenxibelelwano likaFacebook le Methodist Church of Southern Africa. Connections alifumana phaya uzalifumana ke kwi-Queenstown district I think kuSinoti because ke ebelapha kwelicala and also uzalifumana Keith Ngesi Facebook page, Keith Ngesi Radio Facebook page, Keith Ngesi Digital TV YouTube channel. Sabe ndilapho ke ndibhexesha ke bendizabe ndingabhexeshi zabe ndisasaza ke ndiphathi lawo losasazo ngqo. So i-social crossover ngomso ke will be doing radio according to Bishop Matyumza next tomorrow. So ungaphoswa. So usasazo lwethu ke luzaba nako lophazamiseko. Funa ukushiya ke ngengoma emnandi kakhulu Eternal featuring Big Winans sithi I wanna be the only one. Good morning. I just want to be the only one to hold you, the only one to love you, the only one to kiss you, and the only one. And good morning and have a blessed day. Mapulapulu no loka vicha mzugulana katam kulumachule Babes Radio, Babes Wireless, Dapswe Stishi, Mastibare ngomso ke xa besasaza ke lanqubo. So ningandijongi ngo6 sizabe sesiphaya sizama ukwenza izinto zawubona uba ndiyakwazi ungena ndibulise before but ingomso it is going to be according to umfundisi Bishop uMatyumza. Thank you so much, Putfukile. You have no idea. But so we do see checky social distancing, distance interviews, so we sanitize, there's cleaning up because funerals. So yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah. Your love that go can't die if you take a chance. I feel I wanna be the only one to hold you. I wanna be the only one to see you. I wanna be the only one to love you. I wanna be the only one to be the only I'll be all you need. Yeah. Just love me. Just love me. Let me see. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye. We are crossing over.
We're crossing. Let's go.
We're crossing over to the social crossover from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Weekdays on KNR.
With Lhoza Wamamfene.
Your KNR app for Android. Stream KNR app for Android. Stream KNR live on TuneIn.
Bye guys. Thank you.